Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad y'all are here. Y'all glad to be here? Okay. Look, the senator left, but he served in the U.S. House of Representatives before he got demoted to the Senate. And he's a great friend of mine. I tell you what, having John Curtis for a friend gives me status. And I had a friend in the 5th grade gave me the measles, and this is a lot better deal. So I'm trying to get y'all awake now. Come on. Listen, it's great to be here with y'all this morning. If you don't know, I have the honor of representing Texas's 14th Congressional District, which is the upper Gulf Coast, starts at the Louisiana border and comes down the curve. How many of y'all have been to the Gulf Coast of Texas? All right, great. We want y'all to come back, spend lots of money, okay? It's great. And, one of the things I didn't agree with, and let me get off script here, my comms director always loves it when I do this. The president renamed, it was the Gulf of Mexico. Y'all remember that, right? He named the Gulf of Mexico, and I didn't think he should have done that, quite frankly. He should have named it the Gulf of Texas. Okay? Y'all can always tell a proud Texan, you just can't tell him much. Okay. Well, listen, let me tell you, we are the energy capital of the world. We have 7 ports. We have more than any other member of Congress. 7 ports. We produce 65% of the nation's jet fuel, 80% of the nation's military-grade fuel, and 60% of the nation's strategic petroleum reserve is in our district. For us, energy is huge, huge, huge. 10% of America's total energy production happens right here in Texas 14. We've got 7 ports, as I said, 3 LNG plants, which I didn't say, 3 liquefied natural gas plants, and about 2 miles, maybe 3 miles over the Sabine Neches Waterway, which is the Texas-Louisiana border. That other foreign country, Louisiana, they've got an LNG plant that we're responsible for moving LNG out. One of our Texas companies has a contract with them. So LNG for us is huge, huge, huge. We've got 60% of the entire, I said this stockpile of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which we've got to get rejuvenated. Folks, energy isn't what we do. It's not only what we do, it's who we are. It's who we are. I can't tell you how important energy is to us, to Texas, to the United States. I'm proud to share that I'll be continue serving on the Energy and Commerce Committee as Vice Chair. Heather mentioned that. I'm also I'm Vice Chair on the Heat team, right? And then I'm Chair on the Energy Subcommittee in Science, Space, and Technology. Folks, one of the biggest challenges we face today is deploying new energy projects. I know y'all know that. Whether it's traditional oil and gas, renewables, or geothermal. And by the way, how many of y'all know I owned an air conditioning company for 35 years? Some of y'all knew that. Yeah, you betcha. So we dealt with geothermal even back then. Let me tell you, it's gotten a lot better technology since then. We have any AC contractors in here? No, nobody who'll admit it, I know. And so, but I sold my company after 35 years for you business owners. I sold it with kind of mixed emotions, joy and happiness. Some of y'all will get that later. One of the biggest challenges we face is deploying these kinds of projects. It's all kinds of problems we have with pipelining, with renewables permits, with the permit process taking 4, 5, and 6 years. These are things we have to change. Responsible environmental stewardship is essential. It should not come at the expense of energy security. Can I get a witness? Can I get an amen? Come on, y'all. We're going to pass a plate later. We need a permitting process that's efficient, predictable, and accountable. And I think President Trump is going to work on that. What do y'all think? Yes. Is there hope again? Amen. Absolutely. You betcha. My amen crowd's down over here. In Congress, I've been a strong advocate for streamlining the permitting process and cutting unnecessary regulations that stifle innovation. Shouldn't take 4 to 6 years. Shouldn't take sometimes even a decade. If you're an investor, just imagine this. If you're an investor who wants to invest in a project and you don't know if it's going to take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, investors get real nervous and they're reluctant to invest in these projects. What does that cause to the price of capital? Up it goes, up it goes. And I could go on bureaucratic red tape. It's got to be done. It's got to be done away with and streamlined. Beyond permitting, another major roadblock is infrastructure. John talked about a little bit I don't know how much y'all know about Texas, but the Keystone Pipeline would have come into my district there in Port Arthur, Texas, 830,000 barrels of product a day. We couldn't get the infrastructure down. We couldn't get the pipeline approved. Why is it so hard that we cannot get infrastructure permits passed? It's just unbelievable. But again, there's a new day coming on. Now let's talk about an exciting area of energy development. It's something y'all know all too well. Excuse me. Excuse me. And y'all know all too well, or you're going to learn more about, and that's geothermal. The technology, as I said, has been around for decades. I got into the air conditioning company in 1981. That's how long ago I started. Recent innovations have made it an increasingly viable solution for base load power generation. John talked about that. Unlike wind or solar, here's the thing. Y'all know that geothermal power is 24/7. How many of y'all know that? I tell my friends across the aisle, because Winter Storm Uri in Texas, February 2021, anybody suffered through that? Did y'all lose power? Everybody lost power. We found out the hard way. And by the way, Texas is the number one wind energy state in the country, number one solar energy state in the country. And we found out the hard way that the wind doesn't blow. I tell my friends all the time across the aisle, have y'all ever noticed that on the hottest day of the year, the wind doesn't blow? And that's why it's the hottest day of the year. And secondly, I don't know if y'all know this, my friends across the aisle, when they're touting all wind and all solar, I'm saying, I don't know if y'all know this, but the sun goes down at night. I don't know if y'all have thought about that. Unlike those two power sources, geothermal is 24/7. 24/7. So it's something we can count on year in and year out. Just recently, this is Texas now, the Texas Railroad Commission reached a historic milestone. I don't know how many of y'all know this, by permitting the first geothermal well. Anybody? Did y'all know that? That's right. Did I mention it's hard to be from Texas, hard to be humble when you're from Texas? Absolutely. This is a major step forward, and it underscores Texas's commitment and Texas' potential to lead in this space, and we want that to happen. This is a proud Texan. We want to lead in that space. We have the infrastructure, we have the workforce, and the experience from the oil and gas people, drilling, which we can drill, baby, drill, even especially on geothermal. In the last Congress, Science-Based Technology held a hearing on the future of subsurface science and technology in the U.S., where we discussed the vast potential of geothermal energy and the need for future research and investment. Geothermal energy is abundant and renewable, capable of generating electricity from the Earth's heat using advanced drilling techniques. It's just that simple. It can provide reliable baseload power along with industrial heat, yet today, sadly, geothermal only accounts for about 0.4% of total U.S. utility scale electricity. That's wrong, people. Would y'all help me in increasing that number? Would y'all say that again? Would y'all help me? Come on, I got to get this out. Woke up over here. Within the Department of Energy, DOE Office of Efficiency and Renewable EERE, the Geothermal Technologies Office, GTO, is working to accelerate deployment through research, development, and demonstration projects. This includes enhanced geothermal systems, hydrothermal resources, and low-temperature co-produced resources. DOE's Frontier Observations for Research in Geothermal Energy Forge program in Milford, Utah has been, I think that's the one John was talking about, has been a leader in testing cutting-edge drilling techniques and recent successes like Fervo's energy record-breaking electric power output. All of that proves that the potential is here, it's here, folks. It's here. Right now, it's here. Geothermal means high-paying jobs, especially in Texas. That's why we get a bunch of Californians moving to Texas. How many of y'all knew that? Did y'all know that there's a sign on the California state line that says, last one out of California, turn out the lights? So we're getting a bunch of those people in Texas. Here's a guy from California, he's laughing. Geothermal means high-powered jobs. We're working with existing oil and gas workforce. Expertise can be leveraged to drill new geothermal wells, putting more energy on the grid. The Greater Houston area is also home to many cutting-edge geothermal companies who absolutely know Texas is the best place to invest in energy. As chair of the Energy Subcommittee, I look forward to Continuing these discussions and advancing policies that ensure geothermal energy reaches its full potential, we must invest in research. We must invest in research. We must streamline. I'm getting a clap over here. Absolutely. Okay. Come on. Make sure. Is it getting close to lunch? Is that what the problem is over here? Y'all eat on that side first, and then it moves over here. So the Texas Railroad Commission has taken a crucial first step, but now we need federal policies that provide certainty and encourage more investment. If you'll forgive the pun, we will be laying the groundwork for that kind of investment. So what needs to happen? First, we need permitting reform. Without it, we'll never unlock the full potential of America's energy resources. Secondly, we need to modernize our grid and energy infrastructure to accommodate all forms of power generation, including geothermal. Why shouldn't that be in the mix? 0.4% is abysmal. And third, we must ensure that Washington stops picking winners and losers in the energy space. The market should determine the best energy mix, not bureaucrats with an agenda. How many? Yeah, that's right. I think they're waking up. How many of y'all saw that there's 20,000 Washington bureaucrats still working from home? Did y'all see that? They don't come into the offices. Did y'all know that? Some of y'all saw that, right? There was a guy here about a month or so back who actually took a picture of him taking a bubble bath. Well, I mean, you can't make this stuff up while he's working from home. So I wanted President Trump, one of the first things to do is make all of those federal employees, as you know how it is, if you work from home, right, you get up, you feed the dog, you water the cat or whatever, and you do other things, and you're not quite as productive, right? Can we all be big boys and girls here? Come on. I mean, we know that's what happens. I wanted President Trump to make sure they all came back to the buildings, minus the picture of the bubble bath, of course. But that's what I want to see happen, where people work stuff. So we need the federal government out of our way. I will continue fighting in Congress to remove the barriers standing in the way of energy innovation. Texas has always been and will continue to be a leader, and we have the talent, the resources to drive the next energy revolution. It's time to get the government out of the way and let American ingenuity do what it does best, and that is power the world, and it's sitting right here in this room. Thank y'all for what you do. I'm going to yield back. Thanks a lot.